They only got one for $1.
And the domestic supply of coffee.
This is
Yeah.
look.
What the hell?
What $1 gets you around the world? Any of this shit can get you $1.
Yeah.
That's a little less than half what I pay for a pound of oranges.
Yeah.
There goes your girl, Stephanie Bethany. I thought she wanted you to call her back.
That's just you.
That was
Hello?
Vietnam is another good country to visit on a budget. You can
Hello?
buy a DVD or even 3 pairs of inexpensive sandals for $1 there. For just
Hello?
$2.81, you can pick up a Big Mac there. But if you eat at a local
I
restaurant,
don't-
a full meal will typically cost around $1.50.
She won't call her
That's
back.
because it'll likely be a rice-based dish, and Vietnam's one of the biggest rice producers in the world. You could buy 3.5 pounds of rice there for $1.
That was weird,
Whereas
right?
you barely get half a pound of it in America.
Hang on. Just,
In Vietnam,
can you get my phone, man?
buy a whole day of bicycle
What?
rides,
This
40 quail eggs,
phone right there, ding ding.
no, with the battery.
Next example, you should subscribe if you're enjoying this video. We upload amazing facts-filled
2 bars.
videos.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta put this up here. Can you get my phone?
I don't know where it's at.
It's on the charger.
Can you get the look on you?
Well, I can put this back on there.
Known for is its delicious fresh baked bread. There you can buy a whole baguette for around $1. That's over half the price of the same loaf in America. French bread is so cheap because it's supplied in high quantities. The price is tightly controlled by consumer organizations, and many bakers use less expensive ingredients. However, if it tastes good, it's probably fresh because the baguette is crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside, and goes stale very quickly. Austria. While I'm on the subject of bread, corn spitz is the most popular kind of bread roll in Europe, and in Vienna, Austria, you can get one for only $1. And no, despite its name, it doesn't have anything to do with corn. The original corn spritz is a bread product that contains high-quality, locally produced ingredients, so it tastes good while being inexpensively produced. Russia. Feel like drinking some vodka? You can make your own inexpensively in Russia, where half a pint of the stuff, presumably their standard serving, costs approximately $1, whereas the same amount would cost you about $4 in America. $1 also buys you 2 kilograms of potatoes. When I think of potatoes, I mostly think of French fries, but in Russia, the mighty potato goes in everything, soups to salads to desserts. Why? Because it's extremely hardy.
I got lightheaded. Hey, did you call?
1/7 the price of potatoes in America. Root vegetables
Huh?
and potato are integral to the economy of Russia.
Dang, I thought you call.
If you really like root vegetables, then forget
Because
Russia.
when we pick the phone up, it's
Kilograms of
like ring and then hang up.
Switzerland. Alright, enough about the cheaper countries where you can live for a few dollars a day. Now on to Switzerland, the most expensive
Oh,
place you can buy
okay. Well, we thought you was calling, so that's why we called back.
20% more than in the United States. A single
Sorry to frustrate you, but I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's the equivalent of $1. Fried eggplant on a steak is one such treat. That may sound weird to you, but wait until you hear what else you can get for $1. Fried
Why do you want water right now?
scorpion,
Oh, okay.
peas on a stick. No thanks. I think I'll go with the eggplant.
So, when we call a little bit later?
Which is literally a sweet deal. Venezuela. Being able to fill up the gas tank for $1 seems like something that only happens in but in Venezuela, it's currently a reality, as gas there costs about 25 times less than it costs in the U.S. In this South American country, gas prices are strictly...
Can we call you a little bit later?
The country is oil rich. Keeping prices so low is still believed to cost the government $12 billion a year. In 1989, there was an attempt to raise prices, but that set off a series of riots, and the government backed down, only raising it once in 1994. And then in 2016...
Hey, Steffi, you want me to call you back a little bit later? Or what?
Yeah.
I have one long order to watch. All one long order.
Alright.
...to a crazy and efficient keyboard. Sometimes it seems like other countries get...
Alright, love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Love you.
Let's just do it. Bye.
Bye.
A few years ago, they introduced a...
So that wasn't her. I'm gonna try to call Mike.
Sound like an expensive
Hey, you want some watermelon Pepsi?
Just the name makes
Huh.
it a mouthful. The soda giant also thought Japanese consumers might enjoy ice cucumber Pepsi, introduced in
Oh, I'm broadcast, buddy.
2007.
Cucumber
It's
Pepsi?
definitely one I'd like my taste buds to experience.
Ew!
In 2011, they released Pepsi Pink, a strawberry
Right, you
flavor,
got something like that.
I'm guessing would taste glorious. A little like a carbonated strawberry milkshake. Another popular variety in Japan is Pepsi White, which apparently...
Hey, what's up, Mike? Hey, do you call?
Hang on.
Oh.
Pepsi yogurt?
Sodas aside, Japan is known for the wide variety of other products. Cucumber Pepsi, introduced in 2007. It's definitely one I'd like my taste buds to experience. Then in 2011, they released Pepsi Pink, a strawberry and milk flavored beverage, which I'm guessing would taste glorious. A little like a carbonated strawberry milkshake. Another popular variety in Japan is Pepsi White, which apparently tastes like yogurt. Now that's something I've got to taste. Number 18, Japanese vending machines. Sodas aside, Japan... variety in Japan is Pepsi White, which apparently tastes like yogurt. Now that's something I've got to taste. Number 18, Japanese vending machines. Sodas
Okay, let's see what these Pepsis are. Pepsi. Galariki. Pepsi Red. Pepsi Gold. Pepsi Cucumber. Pepsi Milk. Shale Chocolate. What the fuck? That's nasty. Look right here. See this Pepsi right? These are all Pepsi products.
Yeah.
The same Pepsi. Now look right back here. See that one back there?
Yeah.
It says Pepsi chocolate milk.
Hey.
Would you drink that?
Nah. I was just don't know. Yeah.
Them
What?
Japanese peoples are nuts.
What?
It's pop.
What?
Not no fucking milk. Who is gonna drink that?
Hey, people do.
A jackass? Ugh. That's nasty. I wouldn't drink it. Even if Gilman gave me $100, I wouldn't drink that shit.
They give me $1 million, I would drink it.
They better give me $3,000 before I drink it.
They probably give me $3 million actually. I was doing. I would drink it. I was so juggle it all the way down.
I'll drink the Hawaii Pepsi, the blue. I don't even know about this one, because I hate completely.
Wait.
It's yogurt. And then sushi, really? Sushi? You can eat your fish pop. I'm not eating no fish pop. I don't like fish, period.
I would.
Who can have it? I don't know.
You some.
And people are nuts.
Other products you can purchase in vending machines. Called Jito Hanbaiki, these vending machines offer everything from eggs to hamburgers to beer. Forgot your necktie and need to get to a meeting? Just grab a new one from a vending machine. They even sell a barely legal mix of Dapao herbs that promise a few hours of interesting experiences. Stay away from these machines though, as one woman died after smoking a batch in 2012. Number 17, candy. Here are two popular candies you can't get in America, but they taste absolutely delicious. First up, guayabitas, which are chocolates filled with guava jelly and happiness from Costa Rica. Apparently they're sweet with a little sugar crunch, but if you prefer the chewy sensation, you should try Percy Pig gummies from the UK. They're seriously one of the tastiest things I've ever eaten. Number 16, clever ironing board. When I'm short on space, I often solve my problem by kicking everything under the bed. A South Korean inventor had a better idea, an ironing board that folds up and hangs on the wall. But it's not awkward, because the bottom of the ironing board is actually a mirror. Users can iron their clothes and then see how they look in them. Number 15, clever bench. South Korea is also home to the rolling bench. No, it doesn't roll away like a bed. The bench itself is made of wooden slats on a cylinder that turns with a crank. If it rains, you simply turn the crank and roll away the wet side, exposing the dry surface. Now if only I could get a floor that did that every time I spill something. Number 14, amazing cake cutter. Cake is a big deal in Finland, but the Finnish people don't have to deal with cutting a piece of cake, then struggling to get it on a plate before it falls apart. The Magiso cake server is curved, And even though it's closed on both ends, it acts like tweezers, so you can squeeze the slice of cake as you remove it. It also cuts a piece of variable sizes, perfect for when you're on a diet, so you only want a little piece. Number 13, champagne flavored stuff. I like to live a champagne lifestyle on a beer budget. That's why I have an
Oh yeah, that sounds
where they
good.
sell champagne soda. Even better, you don't have to be 21 to buy it. The bad news
Oh.
is there's not actually any alcohol in it. And what if you're on the mood for a frozen treat? Champagne and chocolate flavored popsicles are also common.
Alcohol
Just the right amount of
popsicles?
luxury for my budget. Number
Alcohol
12,
candy bars?
whiskey
Alcohol.
flavored condoms. For a slightly more sophisticated
What?
and adult gift, go to Scotland,
Condoms?
land of Scotch whiskey flavored condoms. They're called McCondoms, even though they have nothing to do with the place that sells burgers and fries. Come to think of it, that would make a great prize to put in an adult Happy Meal. Number 11, Utes. I've heard of the Mini Cooper, but what about the Mini Pickup Truck? In Australia, these are known as Utes. Much smaller than the typical truck, they're similar to an El Camino, which fell out of popularity in America decades ago. They remained trendy in Australia and eventually evolved to have a pickup-style rear. Often this has a cover, so it operates like a trunk. Some Utes have even popped up in America thanks to a Colorado company that pitches them as modern El Caminos. Some critics call them the mullet of the automobile world, but fans love the design and the size of the cute Ute. Number 10, mosquito oil. One thing I don't find cute, mosquitoes.
Really up to Mike.
Neither do people in Spain, where they have a handy plug-in mosquito oil device. With Pralafin, an ingredient that keeps a room free of bugs, it's like a nightlight to drive away those flying monsters. Number 9, heated carpet. My bedroom would also be more comfortable than this electric heated carpet available in Japan. No need to step on a cold floor. It's made by Panasonic, and the temperature can be adjusted up to 114 degrees. Not only is it stain resistant, it's also waterproof. Number 8,
Is it fireproof?
dry cleaning machine. I can't tell you how many times I've wished I had a dry cleaning machine at home. Usually right after I spill something on a dry clean only shirt. In Japan, my clumsiness would be easier to deal with because they have the Aqua Home dry cleaning machine. It's front loading and uses bacteria killing chemicals to clean your clothes. So despite the ironic name of Aqua, there's no water required to use the machine. Number 7, futuristic door. This Japanese door looks like something you'd see on Star Trek. An automatic door that doesn't just slide out of the way, but opens just enough for your size and shape to get through. Designed by Tanaka Seisakuso, the door is made up of strips and uses infrared sensors to determine the size and shape of the person, animal, or object about to pass through. The door also has a security feature that identifies people and can refuse to open for those not on the owner's list. Aside from keeping out people you don't want to deal with, the door also reduces the amount of pesky things like pollen, bugs, and dirt that can get in through ordinary doors. Number 6, chestnut paste. If you love Nutella, get ready for the French version. Chestnut paste, called crêpe de marron d'Ardèche. It's been popular in France since the late 1800s. The paste is made from steamed chestnuts, chestnut flakes, sugar, and vanilla. Like the hazelnut spread known as Nutella, it can be spread on toast or crepes since this is France. It's also sometimes used as a topping for ice cream or spread between layers of cake. While it does have a delicious taste on your tongue, unfortunately its name doesn't quite roll off the tongue like Nutella does. Number 5, funky chip flavors. I thought American potato chip flavors were getting ridiculous, with Lay's encouraging consumers to submit new flavors like chicken and waffles, but apparently they've got nothing on British potato chips. Walker's makes a cheddar, cheese, and bacon chip, as well as a sweet chili chicken flavor, and Builder's breakfast flavor, which apparently tastes like a full English breakfast. Wait, does that logo look familiar to anyone else? If so, it's because Lay's bought Walker's and rebranded it in 1989. They decided to keep it okay, but that didn't stop them from sending some of their famously crazy flavors overseas.
What's up, Mike?
Offers Chardonnay wine vinegar chips because that just sounds so much more sophisticated than salt vinegar, like we call them on this side of the world. I'm not sure I'm swallowing, but I'll definitely be using the black pepper flavor. Number 4, toilet sinks. I have to applaud Japan for a few more amazing products, starting with their toilet technology. Japanese toilets are known for having lots of buttons, and this one even features a bidet that plays music to drown out the sound of the user taking care of business. There's also this amazing sink-toilet combo where the sink is built on top of the toilet and the wastewater flows down and collects in the cistern. When you then flush the toilet, the water you use to wash your hands is recycled into the toilet for your next flush. Now that's smart. Number 3, smart trains. Japan is also known for its fast, efficient, and comfortable bullet trains, which we really need. Some even have onboard spas to help people relax during their trip. In 2014, JR East launched the first bullet train with 2 foot spas, each of which seats 4 people. Travelers are allowed to soak their toes for 15 minutes per trip. Number 2, street crossings. This is another thing the Japanese have figured out pretty well. At home, we can usually only cross from one street to another. So if we need to get across to another street diagonally, we need to cross 2 streets. In Japan, though, they have diagonal street crossings to make it all so much more efficient. The most famous one is the Shibuya crossing, which is Tokyo's most iconic intersection. And you can see why they need it, because it gets bombarded by thousands of people every day. Number 1, crazy keyboard. And the first prize goes, once again, to Japan for this drum set. Wait, what is that again? No, it's not a drum set. It's a keyboard. This is a bit complicated and was developed by the Google Japanese Input Development Team in an attempt to make the keyboard more efficient. Although not currently widespread, the keyboard may be helpful if you type in Japanese. According to Japanese reports, banging on these sets of keys in a pattern is so much simpler than using the standard QWERTY keyboard. The keyboard uses characters in the Japanese language that can be entered with a single keystroke. So instead of having to press conversion keys all the time, characters can be inputted much faster. It also supports emoticons, so you can easily express your feelings with a single shot. And to save you from stretching to hit the keys, they use a set of drumsticks to hit the keys. But forget that, where do I find the delete key on this thing? Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need it. So if you stumble upon a Japanese office of drummers, they're likely just using the computer. The team explains that they plan to start selling these things directly as soon as possible. Which product would you most like to have? And what weird products have you seen in other countries? Let me know in the comments section down below. And thanks for watching.
There are odd jobs the world over. Water slide testers, psychologists, professional armpit smellers, you name it. There's no shortage of weird and wonderful ways to make a buck or two. But these pale in significance when compared to some of the jobs on offer in Japan, a nation whose unique culture provides some equally unique employment opportunities. From bizarre cosmetic surgeons to professional crying boys, here are 10 of the strangest jobs that could only exist in Japan. Number 10. Rent and Uncle. The Osan rental service was founded in 2012 by Takanobu Nishimoto. As a man of 50 himself, he hadn't realized how little respect middle-aged men had as a social group in Japan. But then, he overheard a group of young girls laughing at a man's hairy ears on a commuter train. He thought, I need to regain the honor of Osan, that's middle-aged men, and prove they still have their uses in today's society. The Japanese image of masculinity has been tested a number of times in recent history. First, with their soldiers being defeated in the Second World War, then with their casual-dressed businessmen losing their jobs in a series of economic crashes. According to Nishimoto, the Osan are now being portrayed in popular culture as backward, stodgy, and uninteresting. Whether this startup business can increase the Osan's social standing is a tricky question to answer, but Nishimoto himself has been rented out by 5,000 clients since starting the service, and on its beta date, with 98% accuracy, at a rate of 1,000 checks an hour. Japan soon became the world leaders in chicken sexing and have been exporting their craft to the West since 1935. At that time, Americans were only able to correctly decide the sex of 65% of birds, and at a Foxy rate of 400%. A Japanese chicken sexer has always come with a good pay bracket and lots of business trips. taking on the person's head. The saline fluid is safely absorbed by the body over the course of the next day or so. So it's a harmless party trick, really, albeit an exceedingly weird one. A vagal head injector is basically the type of specialist tattoo artist who can earn around 34 million yen, or $30,000 a year. Part of me wants to ask why. And there's not much point, because
Are you a smartass? Put your skills to work. Play Smartass, the ultimate party game for smartasses. From an electric heated carpet to a crazy and efficient keyboard, sometimes it seems like other countries get all the cool stuff. So I've compiled a list.
Production processes in the 21st century are more advanced than ever before, and they're developing exponentially all the time, incorporating new techniques and machinery, which make things possible that we wouldn't have even thought about 100 years ago. Some production methods are still much the same as ever, though, too, but either way, there's plenty of things made in ways you won't believe. Number 10. Camo on helmets. Some countries still use textile for covers for their military helmets, but more and more nowadays, a process called hydro-dipping is used where helmets are tipped into a pool of camouflage dye. Many of us may have used transfers when making model airplanes and air pictures. Before you have a massive crop of mushrooms ready for dinner. Number 8. Wire, springs, and chains. Wire, springs, and chains are just some of the many things we make from cylindrical metal. Once upon a time, all kinds of metal wiring were extremely hard to produce. They'd have to be hand-drawn and molded into shape before being cooled. Now we have built powerful machines to automate the process on industrial scales, which is just as made from a root vegetable called tapioca, which is rolled with prawns. But commercially available crackers are often formed using many different types of flour and starch, which are combined with prawn and other seafood flavorings. The ingredients are mixed, and they're formed into small tablets, and then you just stick them in some hot oil, wait a few seconds, and voila!
So how you been, Mike?
And crunchy prawn cracker forms. Crispy what makes them in the oil, and deep fried is what makes them infamously calorific. Number 6.
Little Mike.
So many different shapes and sizes. When you
Yep.
think about it, some are incredibly complex. So
That was Matt.
can be dissected when cooled. Number 5. Hot dogs. Here's something that you may regret watching if you love your hot dogs. 1. The paste found inside hot dogs is tasty, but when it comes fresh out of the machine, it's seriously gross. It certainly bears no resemblance to meat. It's squirted inelegantly into the hot dog's outer coat, and then the ends are tied, and they join their mates, ready for packaging. Number 4. Ice cream. Ice cream is delicious and colorful. Many types of ice cream are full of different layers, toppings, and extra flavors. Just like sweets, ice cream production has been refined to a fine art, and it is certainly very hearty watching Vienna ice cream in particular come off its
I didn't even play your game, Matt. I didn't even play your game.
It has a base, multiple layers, and rich sauces.
No. Oh, what time is it?
Really minimal CGI.
3.
3:40.
You
Okay.
might need to watch this a few times. It's hard to follow. It just all happens so quickly, but basically, the set design is incredibly well worked with moving parts, like sheets of glass to simulate the action underwater, a piano, and a fake dog. Not smoke and mirrors then, just wires and pulleys. Number 1. Ink. Color as a whole is such an awesome concept. We can not only see in Technicolor, but also produce thousands of different colors with ingredients over time. These techniques have developed to allow us access to the most powerful bright colors possible on Earth. Ink is used for so many things, from products to books, packaging to clothing,
Yeah.
and though we take it for granted, inks are rare used
Yeah.
ordinary household objects aren't
Alright.
interesting things in life. However,
Bye.
the most innocuous
What happened?
have some amazing practical uses you'd never have thought of.
He did call me right back.
Seriously wacky uses
Oh.
of random objects.
Usually does, usually doesn't, but
I know my show's
yeah. I know.
Pencil
around 8 or 7.
Alright.
unexpected use for
Let me get to Then we get to 210 and let me play.
Right now the water's still cooking.
Yeah.
We're warming up.
I mean,
Thawing that
thawing ball.
hamburger.
Yeah. Let me get
You
to
might
200.
have to throw it in the microwave then.
Yeah.
If it ain't
Long.
thawed enough, we'll have to chop it off with a knife, that piece
A piece of.
of metal, and then throw it in there for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Attach the lead to the terminals of your car battery and tie them.
So let me get this to the 210,000. Okay. Give me a minute.
Mhm.
And then,
To the current causes it to light up. It's exactly the same principle that produces light in the metal
hear me?
of a light bulb.
Mhm.
So.
The diameter, the more resistance, and the faster it will heat, and the brighter it will light up. More batteries would also increase the brightness, as more electricity would flow through the lead. It goes without saying. Try this only if you know what you're doing. Playing with electricity and extremely hot graphite is dangerous. Number 9. Exploding bottle. Mixing certain things within a bottle can easily produce enough pressure for an explosion. Of course, you're essentially making
then oh wait, yeah.
so I certainly don't recommend actually
Alright.
trying it. Seriously, do not try this. The first
Okay, so the
That's the dumbest thing to do.
so
Just
1,
tell
2,
a
3,
person, do
4,
not try
5.
it. Why do you think people want to try it?
hence why this is
Do
often
not
called
try it.
works ball. Mix
You
the
try it.
Yeah.
inside a bottle and give it a good shake to begin the countdown. Aluminum foil is coated in wax, and the acid from the toilet cleaner strips this first before reacting
Yeah.
with the foil to create aluminum, boron, and hydrogen gas. This expands the bottle very quickly, eventually causing it to explode with some
Yeah.
serious force. It can blow your fingers off or blind you. It's serious stuff. Making any sort of bomb using caustic substances is
But,
illegal in
yeah.
most countries. You could also use a lot going on, but I'm going to sit back a while, see what shakes out. Yeah, I could use a breather. It's done by mixing baking soda
Don't worry,
with
Mike. She'll be there.
This creates carbon dioxide, which forms bubbles, forcing
Getting the whole crew together would be good. That's all.
seal the bottle.
Your secret's safe with us.
And the rest of the world.
What about Travis?
Not sure. I'll text him again. Why don't y'all get over to the doctor and I'll catch up to you.
Sounds like a plan.
Watch out for your eyes. Number 8. Harness plasma ball electricity. Plasma balls are pretty rad. They're based on the Tesla coil and use noble gases like neon to discharge a high-frequency alternating voltage to an insulated glass exterior. The arcs of plasma are stunning, and plasma balls actually have an array of other quirky uses. You can power a fluorescent tube placed near one without actually hooking it up to anything, for example. Another exciting hidden use of a plasma ball is achieved by using a penny as a conductor.
Oh, I get 300. Okay.
Plasma ball.
Here we met.
With electrons.
I'm gonna get it 300 to 50.
Harnessing electricity from the plasma ball.
What's there?
Sufficient electrons. They'll jump to something you place near the penny and discharge.
There we go.
If you place a piece of paper over the coin, then the electrons will burn through it and there will be a visible spark.
Take it
Acting as a
away
capacitor,
for 200, then keep
electric
1,000.
field which can be discharged. Number 7. Throw soap in a microwave. Soap comes in many shapes and sizes, with so many brands extending over decades. Modern ball foam was created in the 1870s. Of all the different types of soap available, only a few float in water, including
What?
You clogged the toilet.
I didn't call it the toilet. I went pee.
Shaving your eye.
If you keep ivory soap for
I just went pee, that's it.
Yeah. Who else clogged the toilet?
Wasn't me. I haven't used the bathroom yet all day.
I went on and pee a couple times, that's it.
Well, toilet was clogged.
That ain't mine. I went downstairs when I had to go to take shit. So I ain't me. I'll bite her.
the slogan, the soap that flows. Number 6.
Yeah.
Playing card throwing knives. We all have a pack of playing cards.
Yeah, wait a minute.
There's a
Good. Didn't she, one before me?
Oh,
Her.
what?
She got a toilet paper, didn't she?
This is easily possible to penetrate
I know, I didn't use it.
I know you did, yeah.
I haven't used the bathroom all day.
or even take out mine. It goes
No,
without
it was, Camilla.
cards towards people.
Remember? Did you see her?
Credit cards are much stronger.
Before Eddie get on meds.
Powerful version. They can easily penetrate.
I went pee before her, and then she went before me, and then I went pee, and then Brendan went pee.
Grab.
Yeah,
Balance it seamlessly and possibly on the Push two forks together with their prong end.
Cause I don't even want to pee. You hear me? Cause I said I'm gonna pee, but they didn't hear me, so that's all I said. I don't want to pee, so.
Still held in perfect balance. Remember those balancing bird balls you can balance on the tip of your finger? The same principle applies here. Number 4, smoked waterfalls. You can easily create smoky waterfalls using just household items. They sure look beautiful, almost ethereal in form. Smoke usually floats straight up, but when it's allowed to cool before being exposed to the open air, it sinks due to its increased density versus the air. By rolling up sticky notes like open and tilting them at an angle, we can force smoke down the tube whilst giving it a chance to cool down sufficiently to continue its downwards descent. By lighting the end of the tube, you initiate the smoky descent, and by the time the smoke exits the tube, it's cool enough to float downwards instead of up. Not magic, just smoke and mirrors. Number 3, milkstone and sawdust body armor. Milk can be used to create a hard stone-like substance in just a few easy steps. This substance, commonly known as milkstone, is actually a plastic. Milk contains molecules of a protein called casein. This can be extracted and molded, and when it grinds, it forms a real plastic. Milkstone has actually been used throughout history to make ornaments, buttons, and jewelry. Milkstone jewelry was even created for Queen Mary of England. You just need hot milk and vinegar. Mix the two and stir until solid clumpy chunks appear. These chunks are the casein. Once you've got a chunky mixture, drain away the liquid and then shape the chunks whilst drying them between pieces of kitchen towels. When it completely dries over 2 days, you'll be left with a hard, rock-like substance that is hard to break by hand. Milk isn't the only household substance that creates solid structures. Pipecrete is a bizarre composite material that people discovered around World War II. It is created from sawdust and water, which is then frozen solid. It's incredibly strong and can absorb the shock of a bullet. It also takes a long time to melt, so it can be used to build long-lasting structures in cold environments, like this dome in Eindhoven. In fact, people even thought you could build aircraft carriers with pipecrete in the 1940s. Number 2, use a lemon as a battery. Using lemons to power small lights or LEDs is a well-known science experiment that you can try at home. Lemons are pretty strong fruits. That's obvious when you taste them. They're very acidic and very sour. This flavor is caused by citric acid, which is found in all citrus fruits, but is found in a higher concentration in lemons. We can use a lemon as a battery by inserting 2 metals, like a copper coin and a tail into the fruit, and attaching wires to each terminal with a light between them. The light will light up as electricity begins to flow from the lemon. This happens because a lemon contains electrolytes which can carry electricity. It's the same process as that in a normal battery, as you are converting chemical energy into an electrical current. It's called a redox reaction, where one metal gets reduced and gains electrons, and one gets oxidized and loses electrons. This creates a flow of electrons through the lemon, resulting in an electrical charge being drawn through a wire. One lemon can light a small bulb as it produces around 1 volt, but using many more could potentially power an array of electronic items. So, if life gives you lemons, use them as batteries. Before I reveal the most outrageous example of this list, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to Be Amazed. We upload amazing fact-filled videos every day, so don't miss out on learning some amazing information. Also, hit that bell icon for notifications on more amazing fact-filled videos. Number 1, Orange Peel Flamethrower. The wonders of citrus.
Liberty, 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 liberty. That was great. Well, at least one of us was.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
There's nothing quite as satisfying as amazing your friends with an amazingly simple trick that only you know the secret behind. It's also very annoying when a magic trick is performed on you that you cannot figure out. That's why you have to keep watching, because here are 15 amazing, yet super easy magic tricks you can do with everyday objects. Number 15. Ring on the rope trick. Here's a safety pin, a piece of cloth, a ring, and some string. Placing the cloth over the other items and fidgeting around for a short amount of time, the ring can be inserted over the string. Seem impossible? Here's how it's done. Below the cloth, you need to loop the string, then place the ring through the loop and bring up another side of string. This is the side that you pin. Take a close look. Also, make sure to extend the loop a little. Now, the trick is to hold your finger down on the table inside the loop. Look at the end of the string as you do this. Otherwise, your gaze will leave need the audience to realize what you're doing. As the audience pulls the string, the ring will fall into place, like this underneath the cloth. That's how to magically thread a piece of string through a ring. Number 14. The triple nut trick. Here are 3 nuts. One is eaten and the other 2 are placed in one hand. Magically, the third is restored. The trick is simple. You have a secret 4th nut, or whatever you want to use. A gummy bear works well too. Hide the 4th nut in your hand with a finger palm. Basically, just naturally hold it in your last 2 fingers. As you perform the trick, eat the first peanut, or hide it in your pocket if you're allergic to nuts. Next, place the second peanut into the other hand, and finally, when you place the third one into your hand, let go of the palmed nut. Your friends will go nuts trying to figure this one out. Number 13. The gnome card. The trick goes like this. The audience picks any card from the deck. They memorize the card and then place it on top of the deck. The deck then goes behind the magician's back. Then the magician realizes that the magic shouldn't be done behind their back, so the cards are pulled back out, and he asks if the bottom card is the audience's chosen card. Obviously, they say the magician got it wrong, after which point he puts the cards back behind his back and tells them what card they chose. Here's how it works. When the deck is placed behind your back, you turn the top card over. That way, when the deck is brought to the front again, the chosen card can be seen. The audience sees the bottom of the deck, but you can see the top. Just make sure not to flash the top card as you bring it back around. After you perform the whole I got it wrong act, place the deck back behind your back and flip the top card over again. Now, after you bring the card back to the front, you can reveal that you knew their card all along. You can just outright tell them, or subtly shuffle their card into the deck and act like they left a fingerprint on it, which you can see. Number 12. Elastic through elastic trick. Watch as these 2 interlocking elastic bands melt seamlessly through each other. Here's how this one works. The truth is, they are in fact interlocked. As you stretch it one way and the other, there really isn't any way out, but there is if you know the secret move. Move your second finger so that it touches your fingernail. Now pull it across so that it snags onto it. Then, as you move your fingers, you push back and release the band so that now it is on the outside of the elastic band. Make sure to keep the bands pushed together so that visually they still look like they're pushed together. Then slowly move your hands and pull them apart. A little practice with this one makes perfect. The move is really quick so that in real time your friends will have a hard time noticing. Number 11. The pencil trick. Count along with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do this one in slow motion to show you how it's done. First, perform the first 4 steps of the trick. There's nothing sneaky going on here. Now, pick the first pencil up, show it to the audience, and put it in the other one. Well, not quite. You have to fake it with some easy sleight of hand. Perform a simple false transfer by snatching the pencil back with your fingers and pretend to put it in your hand. For a more flawless transition, make sure to lift up the fingers of the hand you're putting the pencil into. It will create a cover to perform your sneaky sleight of hand behind. When done smoothly, it should look seamless. Finally, pick the second pencil up, show it like you did previously, drop it into your hand, and then reveal your empty and the one with both pencils. In case you're wondering what that whole hand-drumming 8-move procedure at the start was all about, there's a good reason for it. It creates the idea of symmetry. In effect, it works to tell your audience subliminally that the 2 pencils always exist on either side. The misdirection also works so well because the audience's eyes are drawn to the second pencil as you perform your sleight of hand. Number 10. Handkerchief coin vanish. Watch as these 2 coins are placed in this hanky. 2 taps to prove they're still there. Now the coins have disappeared. With this one, make sure to fold the hanky from peak to peak with a gap at the top. Fold one side over like this, and the other over in the same way. Now, simply transfer these ends to a grip in 3 of your lower fingers. Use the thumb and index finger of each of your hands to grab the peaks. Now, when you let go, only let go of your 3 lower fingers, not your thumb and index fingers. Hold the hanky upright, hitting the table twice, and then here's the real magic. Once you let go, the 2 coins will end up sitting in the middle crease created in the hanky. To finish the trick and to prevent the coins in that little valley from flashing, simply rotate an end towards your audience and fold it all up. Collapse the handkerchief onto the palm of your hand slowly so that the coins don't clash together, and watch your audience be amazed. To perfect this trick, you'll have to stop those coins from making noise in the hanky, and there's a straightforward way to do this. Simply coat them in clear tape on both sides and they'll be nice and quiet. Number 9. The paddle move. This trick is so versatile, it's a magician's favorite. Look at this knife. It's sturdy. If only there was an easy way to clean it. Well, there is. A little flick, bang, and the dirt is gone. Check both sides and you can see it's now nice and clean. The truth is, the knife is clean on one side, but not the other. The whole trick is making the audience believe you're showing two sides of the knife, but really you're just showing the same side twice. To achieve this look, all you have to do is rotate the knife 180 degrees using your thumb and index finger as you twist your hand out. At normal speed, it looks really convincing. Number 8. The floating steel ball. Watch closely as this mystery steel ball starts floating. Wonder how that was done? It's a simple visual gag. All you need is a soup ladle, which might need bending into shape so that the handle is positioned behind the scoop. Also, make sure to wear a long sleeve shirt, which is fairly tight as that's where the handle will be held. Once you're ready, simply clasp the end, reveal the ball, lift your top hand off first, and the rest is pure showmanship. Number 7. Peel an apple. Oh look, someone's taken a bite out of my apple. No worries though, all I have to do is rub it and it's nice and new. Confused? Well, I'm gonna show you how to become an apple doctor. Just buy 2 and sacrifice one of them. Cut your second apple and then slice away a sliver from the white part of it. Now, stick your thin piece to the other apple and, from a distance, it should look like that apple has been nibbled on. To make this really convincing, pretend to chew something as you perform the trick. Then, when it comes to the trick, turn the apple around and block the sides so your friends don't see the cut piece protruding out, and then pull the white part off. Simple. Number 6. Coin through a binder. This is a regular binder, and a coin will be dropped on top of it. Now, watch as it's shaken about. Look carefully, and you can see it's managed to trap itself inside the binder. To do this, you'll need a regular binder with a clear case. You'll also need 2 coins, one of which is already positioned inside the sleeve, but hidden underneath your hand. It helps if the coin is relatively thin so that it can move around. Then place the second coin on the top, and start moving the binder back and forth. Just catch the coin on the top at the same time as you release the coin in the sleeve. As with anything, to make the transition look smooth, you'll have to practice. Number 5. Restore a can. Watch this empty, open Coke can. All it needs is a little rub with a thumb, and it's restored. This one is so easy it would be brilliant to perform at a party. Basically, the hole is an illusion. All you need to do is get some black paper, or print out the shape of the sealed top so that you can cut a convincingly shaped piece of black paper to stick on the top. Bend the paper slightly so that it's concave and then lick it so that it attaches to the lid. Then, poke a hole in the side of the can and drain about 1/3 of the liquid out of it. This will allow you to crush the can slightly to make your audience believe it's open. Place your thumb over the hole so that the carbon dioxide gas inside the can will restore it to its original shape. Now, just perform the trick. Take the can, show it's empty, and shake it. Slowly. Make sure to hold tightly on the hole. This will help restore the can. Then you cover the hole. Take the black piece of paper off and finish the trick. Number 4. Chocolate box trick. This one's perfect to impress a date with. Show them an empty chocolate box, and then place the lid back on it. Take the lid off, and the chocolates are restored. To perform this trick, you actually need 2 identical boxes of chocolates. One empty, and the other one full. Take the full tray out, and place it under the lid. Place the lid on the edge of the table so that it can easily be picked up, and then place it on top of the other box. The plastic mold will fit exactly into the other mold and be flush with the tray as long as you've aligned the trays properly. Voila! Number 3. The pepper water trick. This is a bowl of water with pepper on the top. Watch as the water becomes afraid of a finger. This doesn't usually happen. It only happens because before the trick, you placed a tiny bit of soap on your fingertip. The soap's magical properties dissipate the pepper granules to the side. Amazing! Number 2. Jumping elastic band. Carefully watch around these 2 fingers. 1, 2, 3, boom. They've jumped. To perform this one, you need to place the band around your 2 initial fingers, and then when you pull it back, place the band around all 4 fingers. It will sit around your fingernails on the back until you've straightened your hand. Only then will it move to your other 2 fingers. Number 1. Ripping the coin up. Watch as this coin is folded inside this piece of paper, and finally, watch as the paper and coin, which you can see inside, is ripped apart. The trick works because the coin was sneakily slipped out of the paper during the folding process. Just as the paper got folded to this point, you perform a move which allows the coin to slip into your hands. Fold the paper towards your audience and let the coin slip into your hand. To end the trick, cup your fingers around the coin and hold the paper. To make it look like the coin is still in the paper, just squeeze the coin to make the indent as the trick is being performed. So, there you have it. 15 amazing yet easy tricks. Let me know in the comments how you got along with
That was awesome.
these. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop it a like and more will be made. Also, please don't forget to subscribe, hitting that bell icon to make sure you don't miss another video. Thanks for watching.
What time is it?
4.
1. 5.
Patience is a virtue, as the old saying goes, and there are some people. So at least he got some excitement out of it. So much so that reporters have been advised not to take quotes from. Other names that have been attributed to the former highway maintenance worker are Man on the Street, glucose and sodium supplements. Though no solid food for 44 days is still pretty astonishing. During the stunt, Blaine was harassed by the British public, who pelted him with eggs, paint-filled balloons, and even golf balls. One prankster even flew a hamburger attached to a remote control helicopter up to the box to taunt the starting artist. Whatever you think of this stunt, Blaine's patience was pushed to the absolute limit, and in the end, he succeeded. Number 5. Colin Angus. In July 2004, Colin Angus became the first man ever to complete a self-propelled circumnavigation of the world. He crossed 2 oceans, 3 continents, and 13 countries, traveling either by foot, canoe, rowboat, or bicycle. His journey was beset with problems, like when his expedition partner Tim Harvey left him in Siberia, or when he had to be rescued from a high-sea storm by a Russian research vessel. Angus traveled around 43,000 kilometers, or roughly 26,700 miles, to achieve this feat, which took almost 2 years to complete. The journey started by bike in Vancouver and took Colin through Alaska, across the Bering Sea, along the length of Siberia, into Europe from Moscow to Portugal, then across the Atlantic to Costa Rica, after which they cycled the 83 km.
That's my brother.
Our beloved daddy. Our firstborn son.
Most people's idea of a job is pretty simple. You commute in, you work, you go home. Then there are those people who have thrown away the 9 to 5 altogether. For these amazing individuals, their office is wherever they decide to go that day, and their hours are whatever they choose. Some are funny, some are terrifying, and some are downright dangerous. But together, they make the most amazing street performers in the world. Sometimes a street performer's acts are so impressive that they're asked to perform in bigger and better venues. And sometimes swallows swords, pushes fish hooks through his nose and out of his mouth, and lays on razor blade beds. But his most dangerous stunt is regurgitation. Just be warned, this one's not for the squeamish. But if you want more, you can find him at Morgue Official on Instagram. Obviously, the talent street performers have are important, but sometimes the banter is just as fun to watch. I couldn't find this man's name, but he performs in Sydney all the time, and watching him joke with his audience is almost as fun as watching him juggle knives. Just watch what he does when people start walking past.
I'd like to introduce you to my manager. Shut up, he's crap. That's why I'm working here. Get here, theater!
However, his tricks are pretty cool too, especially since he manages to tease his crowd without losing focus. Now, there are a lot of puppeteers working as street performers, but not many like this guy. Jolly Rotten is a punk busker character that travels around the UK to perform, and you can recognize him thanks to his huge backpack and gravelly voice. The most impressive thing about him is that even though the puppeteer is clearly the one walking around and playing the recorder, it's basically impossible to figure out how he's hidden. What's better than one awesome street act? Two awesome street acts working together, of course. This guy is known as BLACKPANTHAA515's, or you can find him on Facebook as Hop Hop Acrobat, and he's a contortionist with some pretty mind-boggling tricks.
Yeah, there's another way. And if you want to eat your dealing, that's how you do it.
Anyway, this performance was really special because he teamed up with twin acrobats Tit and Tat. They ended with this move, which you really shouldn't try at home.
Yeah, you should try home.
People gonna try it.
Yeah, try
Another guy who worked at the Venice Beach Freak Show for a while, but his skill set is a little different from Morg's. Morgan the Mystic is a pretty mysterious guy. He can apparently move his organs from the inside and drive skewers through his body without bleeding. Don't worry though, the act I'm going to show you is way safer. It just involves him laying on a bed of nails with 800 pounds of weight on top of him. Pretty much everyone who's ever played sports has a few football or soccer tricks up their sleeves, but they've got nothing on this guy. I mean, this mysterious British street performer managed to balance a ball on his head while climbing right to the top of a lamppost. Just take a look.
I'm doing nothing.
Some street performers do crazy, unbelievable, or downright dangerous things to get a crowd's attention, but some rely on pure talent. Jack Broadbent Music looks just like any other busker at first, but then you hear him play. Not only is he an amazing freestyler, but he also uses a whiskey flask instead of chords, and not many people can say that. I'm spotlighting another musician now, but I'm not sure if we can call this one a solo act. After all, he is playing guitar and panpipes by himself at the same time, but he also has two friends playing the guitar beside him. Don't understand? Well, you will. Just take a look. So I'm not sure why, but a lot of Australian and British acts seem to go over to America to perform. And these are two of the coolest. Even better, they both have stunts that involve being super high up, so you might want to look away if you're afraid of heights. The first is Alakazam, also known as the Human Knot, also known as Al, who, as well as being a contortionist, is able to spin a tall blade on his face while also juggling knives. Then there's this trio of student acrobats who have a ton of tricks, including juggling knives at the top of an insanely high unicycle.
Oh.
They say that great artists can make art out of anything, and watching this guy, I have to say I agree. Gordo Drummer is a street performer with a significant following and even his own YouTube channel, and yet all he has are some buckets and a pair of drumsticks. Take a look. Not impressed? Well, sometimes he limits himself to just one bucket, and the results are still incredible. Everyone knows it's impossible to see a Transformer in real life. But trust me, this performer is the next big thing. It's quite a short clip, but it shows just what this guy is capable of, and even though the trick is simple, it's super effective. Plus, it's an awesome idea for a Halloween costume if you can figure out exactly how it works. The last performer transformed into a robot with the help of an awesome costume, but this guy transforms using only his body. This robot man uses a combination of epic street dance abilities and comedy to match the music exactly. And even though a lot of people do this style of performance, I think he might be one of the best. Have you ever seen the movie Labyrinth? Because this next act is just like that, but with a much more modern soundtrack. In case you didn't understand that reference, this guy can make his crystal ball obey his every wish and hang in midair with hardly any support. Pretty spooky, right?
That's a little ball, crystal ball that does it.
All of this using a form of object manipulation called contact juggling. The ball just has no reference point, so combined with his skills...
That's that Fubuji ball.
Yeah.
Where it actually has something in it that makes it hover.
Like an exciting starting point for a performance. But these two acts prove that they can be. Mitchell Lazuri is also known as the master of the unusual. And it doesn't get more unusual than rollerblading down the street playing Mozart's Symphony No. 40 in G minor with glass bottles. Then there's Peter Spatina, whose talent combines music and glass as well, only he uses water-filled wine glasses to create pitch, and the result is just magical.
That's actually cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Normally, when you can't tell what is happening during a street performance, that's not a good sign. But you're just going to have to trust me on this one. I'm going to show you the last 20 seconds of this painter's act. See if you can figure out the twist before he reveals it.
Michael Jackson?
If you want another example of an artist whose work comes together right at the last moment, then this is your guy. It takes almost 5 minutes, which might sound like a lot, but considering the quality of work he's creating, it's actually pretty incredible. So far we've had a couple of dancers and a couple of puppeteers, but nothing quite like this next guy. His name is Sebastian Campos, and his combination of dance and puppets makes for a performance that's just as goofy and funny as it is impressive, even if the costumes could maybe do with an upgrade. There are many things cooler than human street performers, but animal street performers are definitely on that list. I'm not even sure what my favorite part of this video is. I'm caught between the dog's awesome costume, the slick choreography, and just how happy the puppy looks while it bounces through all those moves.
No,
Hey, David, you want to do that?
What?
Dance with the doggy?
Huh?
This is definitely one of the more bizarre acts out there, but I'm willing to bet it's also one of the most difficult to master. I mean, Uncle Ho manages to break a coconut with just one finger. How many people do you know who are capable of doing that? Living statues are basically the be-all, end-all street performance, and there are too many great examples out there to count. However, London's Silverman is maybe the most impressive because at first glance, it's very difficult to tell how the illusion has been achieved. This genie-themed living statue is another living illusion that is hard to figure out, and even harder to stop looking at. And it helps that he's probably the friendliest one in this video. They work because the performer is usually sitting on or attached to a harness that extends from the base. That said, I'm still not entirely sure how this umbrella man, who usually performs at Oxford Street in London, achieves such an amazing tilt. But Madrid's living statue artists are even more unique. True to their name, they only move their eyes when someone places a coin in their box. Which street performer did you think was the most amazing? Do you have an awesome performer in your town? Shout them out in the comments or let us know if you have your own talent you'd love to take to the streets one day.
Trying to, you know, get more money out of here. Hello. How are you?
Technology continues to advance at a staggering rate. Computers that were once the size of a room now fit in our palm as a wearable device. But just because we can strap a device to our body doesn't always mean that we should. Here are 10 examples of the worst wearables you definitely wouldn't want to wear. Number 10. Virtual Boy. A portable gaming console with the capability of showing 3D graphics? What could possibly go wrong? For Nintendo's Virtual Boy, everything. Released in 1995, the Virtual Boy was touted as a game changer, pun not intended, in the gaming scene due to its using 3D graphics instead of the mainstream 2D graphics other consoles used. However, it failed due to a number of reasons, with the most obvious one being that it was too bulky and heavy. But the main reason it failed is because it was a health hazard due to its poor image tracking and its predominant use of the color red, resulting in players experiencing migraines or even seizures in rare cases after prolonged gaming. Those reasons, combined with the console's steep price tag of $180, which translates to about $300 in today's money, led to a discontinued 6 months after its release. Though it was a massive failure, the Virtual Boy paved the way for newer and better 3D and VR devices, minus some of the health concerns it introduced. Number 9. Logbar Ring. The Logbar Ring was a wearable device released in 2015 which was designed to shortcut everything, as its creators put it. By doing simple gestures with it, you can do things like answering calls or texts to paying your bills in an instant. However, this innovative device turned out to be a dud, with some people even calling it the worst wearable device ever made. They raised nearly $1 million on Kickstarter, only to create an absolutely useless device. For one, the ring is a sizable one. It's like wearing a fat metal nut on your finger. What made it the worst, however, is the fact that it is very inconvenient to use. Not only do you have to open the accompanying app at all times, draining precious battery power in the process.
What's wrong one?
You also have to contend with the fact that the app only works 5 to 10% of the time. So the time you spend trying to make your device recognize your gestures is far longer than if you had just used your device normally. Suffice to say, the Logbar Ring is definitely not the one ring to rule them all. Number 8. Beauty keyboard trousers. Back in 2012, someone thought it was wise to design trousers with a wireless keyboard along with a mouse and a small speaker built in.
Yeah, is that?
While the concept is truly loud,
Incorporating
technology and fashion trends together is a recipe for disaster. The trousers are nice, But the placement of the keyboard in said pants is a bit
I got mine. Mine's already cut,
no one in
so.
their right minds would want to be seen in
Hear me?
public typing on a keyboard that is placed
Just gotta cut the
directly
rest
over
though.
your crotch.
Hear me?
Another problem is that this costs $400, and that's just an estimated price. Ouch. Then there's the issue of washing it without destroying all the electronics. Here's a word of advice.
I'm gonna
Get
do
yourself
it
a pair of
after
pants
I,
and a wireless keyboard and
hopefully
mouse
finish
combo
this
instead.
off.
It's cheaper, and you'd look a lot less off.
Yeah.
Number 7. Cybernaut Poma. Before Google Glass, there was the Cybernaut Poma, a wearable device released in 2002 that allowed users to perform computer tasks while on the go. This would be revolutionary if it weren't for a glaring problem. By its release back in 2013 is the most advanced smartwatch equipped with voice and gesture.
What's his
show on? I'm allergic to air.
Backed by $1.5 million in profit. Go. What customers got was a faulty
gonna watch the
smartwatch
show
with all
tonight,
its features
so
the company
I gotta
promised.
get
And while
cooking
its
and
$110
all
price
that.
tag wasn't that much,
You
people
wanna
still
help?
regretted buying it since
That?
the product was a total bust. The second smartwatch failure, the Neptune Pine, was actually from your sleeves, and with a price tag of $350. Music players have taken the form of many different things, such as Rubik's Cubes, pens, and even action figures. So Oakley, a reputable sunglasses brand, decided back in 2004 to combine the functionality of a music player with one of their sunglasses. The end product should be awesome, right? Well, not at all. For one, you'd look extremely awkward wearing it, with the earpieces visibly sticking out. Also, you'd have to adjust the glasses perfectly in order for the earpieces to fit properly in your ear. Another problem with the device was its absurdly low storage capacity. Even if you got the 256 megabyte version, you'd probably only be able to store around 60 to 70 songs on it. And then its battery life sucked, as it could only last a maximum of 6 hours on a full charge. Versions of the Oakley Thump retailed at around $300. That's just about it. It's as useful as the head-mounted toilet roll. Acer Selfie Hat. Basically, it's an oversized pink hat with a tablet mounted on it, which you can use for taking selfies. This wearable, or whatever you may call it, was sold in limited numbers at London's Fashion Week by its designer, Christian Callan San Luis. Which is good, since absolutely no one would want to be seen wearing this in public. Clearly, the creators of these head-mounted monstrosities weren't right in the head when they thought of these terrible contraptions. Number 1. Capture. A wearable device that can record simple thoughts or a loving conversation with your family and friends.
Liberty, liberty, liberty. That was great. Well, at least one of us was.
Liberty.
From sensors to help you catch more fish, to phones you can piece together like Legos, here are some smartphones and smartphone gadgets that are so unique, you'll wonder what's going on in the minds of the manufacturers. Number 20. Solarin and Dior Reverie. The Solarin is Siren Labs' first venture in the smartphone niche. This luxury smartphone comes with all the standard hardware your smartphone needs, but it has one feature that sets it apart from the other smartphones. Actually thinner than most iPhone cases available in the market. So if you're looking for an all-in-one tool that'll make your backpacking life a whole lot easier, you should definitely... ZTE Ecomobius. Deciding which smartphone to get has emulate the arcade experience. Simply dock your iPhone on the iK Junior, open a compatible game, and you're ready for hours of gaming fun. Running out of batteries? Not a problem. Its pass-through slot cable allows you to charge your iPhone without disturbing your gaming session. Number 4, ZTE Ecomobius. Deciding which smartphone to get has always been problematic. Should you go for higher memory capacity, or one capable of taking great photos? ZTE, one of the world's largest smartphone manufacturers, provides a solution to this age-old dilemma by introducing the Z.
What?
What?
Blanket
Blankets with heating are very popular in cold countries.
I was saying, you would make it stubborn.
Manually, the areas can have different degrees of heating, and they can even
You have a, I know, so I'll use mine. Because mine's like got monthly.
in the comfort of human life. They are banned in a number of countries.
So anyone that has that blanket right there, the heating blanket, is banned.
What button? What button is that?
Get annoyed that people in public places vape, that is, smoke electronic cigarettes. You will surely be happy now.
I'll vape.
In most countries, they are being banned. Electronic cigarettes have a variety of forms.
Electronic cigarette is banned.
And others simply smoke flavored vapor. Initially, electronic cigarettes were offered as a more harmless alternative to conventional cigarettes.
We have here, like this.
They're about to ban them everywhere.
Vapes, you can get rid of your
The
nicotine
vape?
addiction. In 2008, it was found that there is not enough evidence to say that it helps to quit smoking. Different countries forbid vapes because they create an attractive
Oh, different
image of
countries.
smokers, which
Yeah.
increases their popularity among non-smokers.
What's the next thing they gonna try to ban?
Oh, news feed.
No. These are gadgets they ban.
Let's say,
It turns out that the ray of some powerful pointers, after hitting the eyes, can cause blindness. If this happens with a car driver or an airplane pilot, this can put in danger the lives of others. For a laser attack, you can go to jail for a couple of months or a dozen years.
Lasers are not. Certain places, lasers are banned.
yeah.
I can have one here though.
Over the
Yeah,
past few years, this toy has become frenziedly popular and spread all over the world. There is truly a huge number of different variations of this toy, with different size, color, and shape.
The fidget spinner. Would you spin that around your fingers?
Surprisingly, the design of some spinners can pose a potential
The
danger
thing you put on between your fingers like
sharpened
this.
edges or protruding sharp parts, which make them look like cold steel arms. Careless handling of these spinners can lead to serious injury. Therefore, it was decided to prohibit them.
Yeah, they banned them.
Yeah.
That's a pocket knife version of it.
Yeah, fucking
These are all dangerous.
yeah.
Why'd they invent them if they're dangerous?
Yeah.
Spy pen. Some countries are extremely cautious about any objects that somehow can be used to spy. Here we have a pen with a built-in camera that allows you to record video and sound in superb quality. In accordance to its name, the looks of the pen don't reveal the equipment inside. An educational toy designed to develop fine motor skills, but they can also be used for stress relief. Neo-cubes consist of a large number of spherical magnets that are attracted to each other and can create bizarre shapes. Most often, the toys differ in size. The diameter of the balls varies from 3 to 10 millimeters. Despite the fact that the toy looks extremely harmless, it can cause serious harm to humans. The fact is that young children tend to place the toys on their mouths, often swallowing small details. The ingestion of small details of common toys often ends up okay. However, since the magnet balls attract each other, swallowing two pieces can lead to a trauma of the internal organs. For this reason, some countries decided to ban this dangerous toy.
"15 gadgets that will give you real powers." Superpowers.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a superhero? Well, wonder no more, because we've compiled a list of 15 gadgets that can turn you into an almost all-powerful superhero. Harness the power of the flame like a real superhero and buy a pyro fire shooter. In case you're wondering what a pyro fire shooter is, it's basically exactly what Spider-Man would use if he wanted to shoot fire instead of spiderwebs. Sold by the magic supply company Illusionist. The pyro fire shooter is a discreet watch-like wristband that can shoot fireballs up to 10 feet away from your palm. You can also have someone else trigger the fireball far distances using a wireless remote, making you look like an actual legit wizard. The pyro fire shooter is mostly used by professional magicians, but there's no reason why you can't grab one for yourself and pretend you're Harry Potter. Incendio. You too can be just like the immortal Hulk and dodge bullets like they're nothing with this beautifully tailored, totally classy bulletproof suit. The Garrison Bespoke Bulletproof Suit is made from the same carbon nanotubes used for troop uniforms in Iraq. The suit was originally conceived by Toronto tailor Garrison Bespoke, who kept getting requests from clients who work in the diamond industry, for a bulletproof work suit to protect themselves from armed robberies. The suit will set you back about $20,000 US, but that's a small price to pay for saving your life, wouldn't you say? So if you've got a dangerous job, are the president, work at a jewelry store, or simply want to be the immortal version of James Bond, this suit will take you from average Joe to indestructible Joe. This device is pretty cool. It's basically an armband that makes you feel like a god. Remember that scene in Bruce Almighty where he makes a fire hydrant explode with a single gesture? That's basically what the MYO armband is, except you control technology. The armband reacts to muscles contracting in your forearm, which signals the MYO to work like a wireless remote on all your devices. Bend your wrist forward to fast forward through a video, bend it back to rewind. You can also hook up the MYO armband to your drone and control it with your hand gestures alone. It's as simple as downloading the MYO app on your wireless device, and before you know it, you're scrolling through Spotify with a flick of a wrist. This technology is still in development, but imagine being able to control your enemy's actions and behavior. Mind you, this wasn't Dr. William Tyler's motivation to create ultrasound mind control.
Hold on. Aziz. Aziz down though. Hear me? Go.
Cancel.
Cancel. Cancel.
Since this technology is in its infancy, there hasn't been any practical applications introduced. And maybe that's a good thing. I can totally picture ultrasound being a part of some supervillain's evil plot to turn the entire... basically straight out of Ghostbusters. It's a pretty heavy-duty contraption, but it's not really meant for the average person. The PVAC is being developed specifically for the Army, so they can climb battleground walls. Here's how it works. You've got two suction paddles that are held by the user in either hand, which are connected to a super powerful vacuum. And through this suction power, the user can then climb up any wall like a real-life superhero. To give you an idea of how powerful these suction paddles are, each one can hold up to 700 pounds of weight. That's crazy. The inventor of the PVAC hopes that soldiers will use this technology to climb war zone walls. However, the only thing keeping it from being used in the military is that the vacuum pack itself is incredibly loud. Not the best for stealthy escapes up an alleyway. Luckily, the team behind the PVAC has been given a $100,000 grant from the Air Force. Who jumps? Inspired by, you guessed it, kangaroos. Kangaroo jumps are being used by cross-trainers, physiotherapists, and even kids. It's like a hands-free pogo stick. I feel like I'm a kangaroo jump spokesperson right now, but who wouldn't be excited at the prospect of jumping like a kangaroo? Ooh, I can guarantee that I would have had a pair of kangaroo jumps as a kid. I heard that some workout studios even use these super shoes in their fitness classes. Finally, a solution to the age-old problem. How do I jump as high as a kangaroo? When Rob Spence lost his eye in a shotgun accident, he decided to take a cue from Terminator and built his own cyborg eye. Over the years, Rob has created many different eyes for himself, including a glowing red one that looks exactly like the one in, yes, Terminator, as well as an eye that features a tiny video camera. For spying, perhaps? Recently, Rob has partnered with Marcin Jaworski, an ophthalmologist in Poland, to develop these prosthetic eyes for the masses. Marcin is one of the first in his field to use a 3D printer to print prosthetic eyes, but now he's stepping up his game. He's taking Rob's technology and developing an eye that can glow red and another one that can house a tiny video camera, similar to Rob's earlier model. If you're in the market for a prosthetic eye that makes a statement, now you know where to go. See what no one else can see. Every construction worker on the planet needs one of these thermal cameras for their smartphone. The Seek Thermal XR camera can be installed onto any smartphone to instantly turn your pocket... Genius. Have you ever wanted to blast out of the water like King Triton? Well, now you can. The X-Jet's jet blades are a total blast. Pun intended. The first thing most... wouldn't use this. This is basically a double-decker submarine. If you can't decide between a motorboat and a submarine, this 2-in-1 subsurface watercraft is just the ticket. While your superhero buddy is on the top level, monitoring the surface for supervillains, you're in the cockpit, underneath, driving the ship. It's easily one of the coolest superhero vehicles pretty much ever. It'll cost you about $300,000 to get one of these of your ownership. Don't you think the panoramic view of the underwater world is worth it? American robotics company Megabots admit this golf cart is the splitting image of Batman's famed tumbler car that he drove in the 2005-2012 Dark Knight movie series. You may have thought that the invisibility cloak was only a Harry Potter myth, but there's a company in Austin, Texas that has created a cloaking device that's pretty damn close to the ones you've read about in books. The cloaking technology can't currently hide objects from the human eye, but it can hide objects from being picked up by electromagnetic waves, radio waves, infrared, and visible light. The cloaks are made from metamaterials that have special properties that don't draw energy from an external power source. The plan is to use these cloaks for military radars, and who knows, maybe one day soon our Harry Potter dreams will come true, and we too will harness the power of the invisibility cloak.
The invisibility cloak does exist.
Yeah, it does.
The Orcam is a new technology made for people who are blind that recites written text and money in real time. It can also recognize faces, symbols, and traffic signs. It's like a superpower for the less powerful. So there you have it. 15 of the coolest superhero gadgets out there. Now the only thing left to do is save the world.
If there's a problem, the sensor will recognize it and register it. Another potential application is data storage. These tattoos can be used as credit cards to pay at the supermarkets. Naked Fit. The invention you see on the screen will appeal to people who like walking barefoot. These are unique adhesive soles that can be used on the beach or while hanging out by the pool. They provide optimum protection against sharp objects and reduce the risk of slipping. The advantage is that the person wearing the soles will no longer have to constantly put on and take off their flip-flops, worrying about losing them. Naked Fit adheres firmly to the sole of your foot, even if you're underwater. Meanwhile, the foot remains clean and dry. Naked Fit is heat resistant, so you can walk on hot sand and rocks without worrying too. They can even be used in the sauna. A set of 10 pairs costs $34. Futuristic sink. Some inventions become popular long after their creation, and this is exactly what happened in this case. This sink was created about 10 years ago, but people noticed it only a couple of months ago. This unique high-tech sink was developed by the Turkish specialist BLACKPANTHAA515's. It can be found in the office of the developer and president of Ozpack. The sink has a futuristic look and will be appraised by lovers of unusual interiors.
Yeah, 457,045.
The modern world is increasingly robotic, which makes people is not limited by a
dexterity is enough to prepare a coffee, although this task is still very, very difficult for the robot. At the moment, Blue lacks some precision and strength. However, artificial intelligence can compensate for this deficiency.
So we set this thing up with a friend of Travis who builds hot rods. They're now available to purchase and race. Great times ahead, my friend. Hey, we've got this great way to race together called Speedless. There are a handful of great events lined up in a row to show who's boss. Try 'em, if you dare.
Bro, great news. We got this sweet deal going with a storage firm. We can now stow away cars we don't use. No need to sell them. Check it out in the garage.
Not much. What's up with you?
Simple toilet paper for silly.
Copy of the Pokeball from the legendary anime Pokemon. Pokeball Plus is an accessory designed for the Nintendo Switch.
That's my best friend that from Canada.
Yeah.
I know this thing a lot. How's it goes? IT. What's up, man?
Deluxe Omnitrix. Here is an almost exact copy of the Ben 10 cartoon watch, which will easily cheer up any child. The model is capable of emitting light and producing sound effects. It's also equipped with a motion sensor. When the user moves his or her hand with the watch, the toy makes sounds. With the watch, just like in the cartoon, you can call a superhero from the space by rotating the glowing dial. In this case, the toy plays the